Most of us know that canned and processed foods can have a negative impact on our bodies, but I don't think a lot of us recognize and understand the extent of what processed foods can do to us. And I think that it's possible that there's a lot more processed foods in our homes than many of us realize. In fact, there was a study at the University of Sao Paulo, and what they define as ultra-processed are foods that are manufactured and have added ingredients that are extremely modified. Examples of those types of foods would be sodas, chips, milk chocolates, candy, ice cream, cereal, crackers, packaged soups, chicken nuggets, and so on. And personally, I've seen dramatic changes in my weight and attitude, my health, my complexion, and my overall kind of sense of well-being the more that I have removed processed foods from my diet. So in this video, we're gonna talk about processed foods, why they're bad, and the effects that they can have on us, so that by the end of the video, you'll have a really good understanding of what impact that could have on you. And we'll also talk about reasonable ways to start to reduce them from our diet as well. So why are processed foods so bad? Well, have you ever just been eating a bag of chips and couldn't stop? You were like, man, I don't even want these anymore. Why do I keep grabbing these and eating them? I need to stop. And you just can't? Well, that's because processed foods kind of do a number on your brain. They actually are highly addicting, and you want to get more because your brain is kind of getting addicted to what you're eating. And not to mention, the processed foods are high in sugar, high in fat, and high in added chemicals. None of those are gonna work in your favor if you're trying to stop eating them. They're basically making you want more. But a bigger problem with processed foods is that they lack nutrients. So while you're getting all of these calories from the food you're eating, you're not getting any of the nutrients your body actually needs to thrive. So what can you eat that's not processed? So first off, I think it's important to note that anything that comes in a bag or in a can doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad for you. And there's kind of a spectrum on the level of nutrients that it might have for you and whether or not it's a good choice to eat. I mean, honestly, even once you start cooking your food and preparing it at home, you're technically processing the food that you're eating. So when I say unprocessed foods, I'm really talking about foods that haven't been overly modified and they haven't had added preservatives to them, adding things to them so that they stay on the shelf longer so that they can be sold for longer. Because realistically, avoiding any type of processing ever is just kind of unreasonable and not what I'm suggesting. So I like to focus on what you can eat. It's just a big vibe for me instead of thinking about all the things you can no longer eat. So let's talk about the foods that are a great choice to add to your diet that will hopefully replace some of those more processed foods. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, eggs, egg whites, meat, seafood, beans and herbs, legumes and spices, whole grains, full fat dairy, nuts and seeds. Those are all great options and are very filling, nutrient dense foods. So even though they might be higher in calories, you're still getting a lot of nutrient benefits from them. So instead of having those extra calories come from foods that don't have nutrients, the foods you are gonna eat are gonna be full of fiber and protein and healthy fats, and all of those are actually gonna help you to lose weight over time rather than having those empty calories that never fill you up. If you kind of look at your body like a machine, you're wanting to have it run efficiently, and if you give it kind of cheap gas that doesn't really have anything good in there and burns really fast and then is gone, you're not gonna have a good working machine. All right, so now let's talk about some key things that are gonna happen to you once you start removing processed foods from your diet. Spoiler alert, they're all awesome. You're gonna be able to focus and concentrate better. So many of us have experienced those sugar crashes, right? So you have a high sugar food that's likely very processed, and you get a sugar spike, which means you get an energy spike in your body. And unfortunately, that comes back down and it goes even lower than your blood sugar levels were before. This process does not help your concentration and actually really impedes your ability to concentrate. And it's because basically your body has to focus instead on maintaining your proper blood glucose levels and dealing with all of that craziness rather than just focusing on what you're trying to focus on. Those sugar crashes can also cause palpitations, and they can lead to anxiety, and all of that makes it very hard to focus. So definitely the more you reduce those and you can spot those hidden sugars, the better off you're gonna be. And I have a whole video just on how to spot those hidden sugars in foods, and I can link to that for you. This was actually one of the first things I noticed when I started removing processed foods from my diet, because I used to suffer from headaches a lot. And this really comes down to the fact that processed foods have a lot of salt in them and a lot of added preservatives. And those can actually lead to headaches. if we have too much of them. So if you suffer from migraines, oh man, I feel you, and they're awful. But I did find that removing processed foods played a big role in reducing those. You'll feel less bloated as well. So highly processed foods that are very salty will also make you retain water, and retaining water is going to make you feel puffy. So instead, when you actually start ditching those high salt foods and instead eating whole foods and foods that aren't as high in salt, and you also start hydrating with water and giving your body that fuel that it needs, the less bloated you will feel. And I have a video on the top ways to reduce bloating naturally that you can also watch if this is an issue for you. If you just really hate water, I also have a video on how to infuse water to actually make it taste good. Check out those videos if you deal with bloating and you need to get hydrated better. Your mood will also improve. All right, so these processed foods that are high in saturated fats, high in preservatives, can also have a negative impact on your mood. So removing them from your diet will leave your brain less foggy and just feel better, which will improve your mood. So there's definitely a tie with emotional and mental health and removing those processed foods. You'll also sleep better. So speaking of mental health, studies have also shown that processed foods that are high in sugar and saturated fats can impede your ability to get quality sleep. And if you watch my videos on why you need to get better sleep, you already know that having a lack of sleep and quality sleep can have a negative impact on a ton of aspects of our lives, especially weight gain. You'll see improvements in your digestion. So processed foods really don't often contain that much fiber, but fiber is so important to our digestive health and to relieve constipation and to keep everything moving appropriately, which has a ton of impact on our hormones and overall sense of well-being. So replacing those processed foods that are not nutrient dense with complex carbs and fruits and vegetables that are high in fiber, it's gonna help your digestive tract go smoothly, and it's just gonna make you overall feel a lot better. And I have a video on the top 21 foods that are high in fiber if you're looking for some good ideas. Your skin's gonna clear up. So I notice whenever I have processed foods, I immediately the next day start to get acne. So those salty foods, those really oily foods, those will play a big role in your skin health. So definitely if that's something that you struggle with, I would recommend cutting out those processed foods and replacing them with whole foods instead, because it's gonna have a very positive impact on your skin. You're also no longer gonna have uncontrollable cravings. This is the big one. And that's because when you're eating these processed foods, you're not getting the nutrients you need, so your body still needs more stuff in there, but all you're really giving it is empty calories. Instead, if you give it whole foods that are high in fiber and high in protein and high in healthy fats, it's actually going to feel satiated and satisfied. And that means less snacking. I mean, sure, having a cookie here and there, or a soda, or some potato chips or something like that here and there might be tasty, but you're not gonna constantly be thinking about all these bad foods for you. In fact, once you start getting into the habit of eating clean, your flavor sensitivity is gonna change. Even going back and having those other processed foods, they're not gonna taste as good. They're gonna taste overly salty or overly sweet or just kind of fake the more that you start to actually enjoy real foods. And that's because processed foods really hit you on the head with sweet or salty or whatever it is that the manufacturer is trying to make that product. Instead, if you remove those super hyper flavors and you start having real foods that at first aren't gonna taste as sweet or salty or whatever it is you're used to, the more you get used to those, the more your body is gonna actually notice the nuance of the sweet part of a carrot or delicious richness of a black cup of coffee. Those are gonna actually start to stand out so that when you actually have processed food, it's gonna be like, oh gosh, that's too sweet, even if it's something that you absolutely loved before. All right, so now that we've talked about what's gonna happen when you cut out processed foods, let's talk about how long this process will take. Truthfully, it might get a little bit worse before it gets better. And this is normal. Because you're changing up the foods that your body's used to, you might have a little bit of irritableness, you might be a little bit more tired, maybe be a little bit more hungry because you're used to snacking more. And that could last for about a week. But once you get through that and you keep reminding yourself that you're kind of detoxing from all of this food that you've been eating, you're gonna start to see these benefits really quickly after that. And so while I do call it a detox process, what I really mean, it's a behavior change. Your body is gonna fight it because it's used to having those, but once you start changing that behavior and your body gets used to that new behavior, it'll all be fine. And the amount of time that that takes is really gonna be dependent on how much processed foods you're currently having. So I don't recommend just throwing out all processed foods from the house and never having them again. I really recommend instead having a more reasonable approach, using up what you have and then replacing it with healthy stuff. You know, don't go back to the grocery store and buy the the same stuff that you know isn't good for you, try something different and replace it with a healthier alternative. You know, this is your opportunity to start giving your body the fuel that it needs, and it will thank you, I promise you. And if you'd like more help, check out my 30-day healthy program where I walk you through all the things you need to know on how to remove processed foods and start eating clean and loving it. And I will see you in the next video.